What's up, guys? I hope y'all are having a great day today. This isn't going to be a long video because, in all honesty, there's really not shit to talk about right now. Like, in all honesty, gaming and just the internet in general has been kind of dry, dude. And considering the fact that I am trying to avoid, the current events at the moment, because, in all honesty, if I did make a video on that shit, people are either going to be really happy or really pissed off by what I have to say. And at that point, it's not really worth it, dude. Like, I don't really feel like my channel is the place for me to talk about shit like that. So, I'm trying to avoid that shit like the fucking plague at this point. So instead of trying to virtue signal to you like most other YouTubers are doing at this point, I figured we would go ahead and lighten shit up a little bit. Now, this isn't going to be a very long video because, like I said, there's really not too much going on, but I figured we would take a look at this absolutely genius YouTube comment that was left on my channel when I made a video talking about the PlayStation 5, and I simply pointed out that 60 FPS is better than 30 FPS. I think I said something like, if someone played a game in 30 and then 60, they would pick 60 every single time because it feels and plays better, which, I mean, if we're being honest here, I don't think anyone would actually argue with. But according to this guy whose comment was left on my YouTube video where I made that kind of like observation or whatever, I don't even fucking know what to call it, but anyway, according to him, I'm a complete retard, dude. And this guy apparently got very offended by that comment, dude, and he had to prove me wrong. So he left a very, very interesting comment where, he basically called everyone who didn't agree with him a fucking retard. Apparently if you don't have 30 FPS, your games will look like fucking Minecraft or something. I don't even know, dude. Like, this comment is absolutely retarded, and it's really just stupid, man. And I just want to make it a point, like, I really don't give a shit what platform you play on. If you play on console, if you play on PC, I really don't give a shit, dude. Like, just play fucking video games. It's a hobby at the end of the day. It's not a fucking lifestyle or some shit. I honestly don't give a fuck. But when I see shit like this, I really just can't help but laugh at it, dude. Because people like this just make everyone who plays video games look bad. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and find out how you are actually retarded if you prefer 60 FPS over 30 FPS, because obviously 30 FPS is more cinematic. Honestly surprised to see so many retards still whining about this FPS situation. Many people prefer 30 FPS, and it's really more about stable frames. That has to be the dumbest shit I think I've heard in my entire fucking life. Like, I would much rather a game be like 120-ish. Like, it hits 120, maybe it drops down to 100 every once in a while. You're not really gonna fucking notice that much. But, when a game is locked at 30 FPS, it feels like a literal cancer in comparison to a game at higher frame rates. So, I'm pretty sure this dude has no fucking clue what he's talking about. And on top of that, why can't you just have a stable 60 FPS? Like, you can lock a frame rate and just lower the resolution of the game, maybe lower some textures, lighting effects, I don't fucking know, dude. But you can lock a game at 60 FPS, and overall, that's gonna provide you with a much more enjoyable experience than maybe like some slightly better textures on a fucking rock or some shit. Take a look at Final Fantasy VII. It runs smoothly as silk, and it's fixed 30. Well, the game would look so much better at 60, bro. Like, that's all we're saying here. Like, if you had the option between playing this game at like 30 FPS or 60 FPS, you would pick 60 FPS every single time if you had the option, even if it meant lowering the resolution just a little bit. You have to put it down from like 1440p to 1080p. I guarantee you, you're not gonna fucking choose to prioritize the resolution after you feel what the game feels like in a higher frame rate. That's just what happens. Once you experience these higher frame rates in video games, you're just like, yeah, I don't fucking care about the resolution so much. And that's the problem here, and that's the point I was trying to make in that video, is the only people who would choose 30 over 60 are the people who have never experienced 60 on the games they've played in 30 FPS. Like, when I made the leap from console to PC, the biggest like fucking eye-opener for me is when I played Destiny 2, and when I first saw it on PC, like, the higher frame rate just made it feel like an entirely different fucking video game. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII may run smoothly as silk, apparently, at 30 FPS, which I don't even know how that's fucking possible. But you have to admit, the game would look and feel so much better if it was actually running at a full 60 FPS or even higher, which, that's the main reason I didn't go ahead and bite the bullet and buy a PS4 for that game, because in all honesty, Final Fantasy VII Remake looks so fucking good, dude. I really want to play that game, but at the same time, I just knew, like, I wouldn't want to play it on console. I watched some gameplay of it, and it just looks choppier than a motherfucker, dude. Like, honestly, that's a perfect example of a game that would play better if it ran at an actual equals 60 FPS. But anyway, let's keep going here. Personally, I'm very pleased the developers don't sacrifice detailing to get those turbo frames that make the games look cheaper and more cartoonish. That's right, guys. Apparently, frame rate affects art style. You know, every single video game with a frame rate higher than 60 FPS, basically fucking Minecraft, dude. It's basically a cartoon. Like, if you put a video game in 30 FPS and 60 FPS, you know, the 60 FPS version would start to look more like a fucking cartoon, apparently. I don't even know, man. This is some of the dumbest shit I think I've heard in my entire fucking life. Like, frame rate does not determine art style. Like, is Call of Duty a fucking cartoon because that shit runs at 60 FPS? Is Doom Eternal a fucking cartoon because it runs at 60 FPS on console? Like, this is the dumbest shit I've heard in my entire life. Like, this motherfucker has no clue how any of this shit works. Apparently, this dude thinks that resolution equals graphics and it affects the art style. Like, dude, you can sacrifice the resolution to get higher frame rates and basically keep all the same levels of detail and the same art style in the game. Like, this is the perfect example of some dumbass motherfucker running his mouth in the comment section, acting like he actually has a fucking clue about what he's talking about. Well, let's keep going here. It's about to get even better. Assassin's Creed, by the way, would especially suffer from such poor choice, since those games are all about the cinematic experience and groundbreaking visuals. That's right, Assassin's Creed, a stealth assassination game turned action-adventure open-world game. You know, that game would really benefit more from having 30 FPS so we can have a better cinematic experience, dude. Like, I really just don't get this shit, man. Like, if you want a cinematic experience, you have the wrong hobby, bro. Like, stop playing video games, go sell your consoles or whatever, because what you're really looking for are movies, dude. Like, if you really want a cinematic experience that badly, you know, groundbreaking visuals and CGI, go watch some movies, man. That's what Hollywood is for. Like, I really don't get this shit. Games are meant to be played, and a higher frame rate gives you better gameplay and a more enjoyable experience. I mean, I just really don't fucking get this mentality, man. Are we really at a point where people are prioritizing resolution over how well your game plays? Like, I really don't fucking get this shit, man. These people are absolutely sad, and it's the perfect example of people who should just go ahead, put down the fucking controller, and go watch a goddamn movie, dude. Obviously, video games are not for you if you're in it for the cinematic experience, or better yet, pull up a playthrough of Assassin's Creed on YouTube from someone with like a $5,000 PC, and that'll give you a much better cinematic experience than anything your console could ever do, and it'll be at a higher frame rate as well. Like, that's the simple reality here, dude. Like, you're buying a video game to play that shit. Why would you want it to literally play worse just so you can say, yeah, my game is running in 4K, not 1440p? Like, that just sounds so fucking stupid, dude. But anyway, guys, you know, I just don't understand it, man. According to this man, if you prefer 60 FPS over 30 FPS, you're a fucking retard. And basically, 60 FPS makes games look cheaper and more cartoonish. You really just cannot make this shit up. But anyway, that is going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy it, feel free to drop a like on it. I would greatly appreciate it. Hopefully, some more topics pop up here. And on top of that, I am starting my internship tomorrow, or today at the time this video is probably going to go live. But yeah, wish me luck, because for the first time in like 3 years straight, I'm actually going to have to try and have a sleep schedule. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that shit goes, to say the least. But on top of that, I do plan on streaming in the next couple days on Twitch. So go drop me a follow, link in the description and in the pinned comment. We basically just watch YouTube videos, stream video games, answer questions, whatever you guys want to fucking do. My streams are a pretty good time, so link will be in the description and in the pinned comment. So go check me out there on Twitch and drop your boy a follow. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that said, guys, that is going to do it for this video today. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your day to check out this video and for all the recent support as well. And I will catch you guys next time.